I've never had Domino's stuffed crust.
Y'all, I am editing and I couldn't help myself when I rewatched this clip to get in here 0.2 seconds into the video and say, we don't have to try everything. Some things we can just leave to our imagination and roll on over and eat some fruit. Body positivity, it's a phrase that has been mainstream for years now. A movement that was supposed to be about self-worth, confidence, acceptance, about certain body features that aren't so normal. Maybe your feet are a little large like La Cienaga's from the Proud Family.
Oh, now come on, I bet they're not so bad. Whoa, now!
Perhaps you were born without an arm or a leg. Maybe you have an oversized forehead and people call you Rihanna head. People in the comments section. Or maybe you're fat.
Yeah, Friday night, Friday scream, wanna scream, Friday night, Friday.
Body positivity has turned into being positive about obesity. But when I saw a woman filming McDonald's, Chipotle, Panda Express mukbang from a hospital bed while connected to a breathing tube, not only did my booty cheeks clench, but I did have one question. How exactly did we get here? A breathing tube? Really? Body positivity was meant to empower women, the women that weren't your typical beauties. And with the rise of social media, it morphed into positivity for obesity.
You cannot judge my lifestyle based on this body type, based on any body type, because there are bigger bodied individuals who live healthy lives, who are healthy and are active. I'm so tired of people making assumptions about me based on my body type.
The fat women, the thick women, the curvy women. Love your rolls, love your hips, love those ham hocks. Also, they could feel loved, wanted, and desired as well. And boy, did they want their rolls to be loved.
Who lied to you? Who told you this wasn't cute? Why are we listening to men in magazines who make money off of our insecurities that this is not cute? I'm not any less beautiful because the outline of my stomach shows.
Many women were sold a story. Accept the fat and the rolls and the knee pain, and you will be delivered a world of happiness. In fact, there's a whole world, or a mansion, shall I say, that you can go if you have rolls to be loved exceptionally.
A body positive community.
A judgment-free zone.
A support group for those who have been bullied for their weight.
At first glance, it seems almost wholesome. A place where women who have spent their entire lives being judged for their size can finally feel acceptance. A place where bigger women are celebrated instead of mocked. A place where they can make friends, build confidence, create content, and surround themselves with people who understand them. Some say a vacation, if you will, a paradise, or a content house. A content house is usually a mansion that influencers can go and they can record and have a really nice, lavish, luscious, rich, and amazing background. Shake their bodies around and dance in front of a camera for your enjoyment. But for this specific content house, they left out a part on the brochure. Sitting at the center of this so-called safe space is a man named Stefan. And depending on who you ask, he's either a body positive activist helping women find confidence, or the guy who built an entire empire around women with serious food issues for his own enjoyment.
I don't wanna lose you now.
And unfortunately, right now for Stefan, he's clinging to his nice guy reputation like Scar hanging from the edge of Pride Rock. The problem? Well, he's about to fall. And if you're a regular on this channel, well, the name Stefan and that face and his weird hair, weird body, and just weird stature all over might be quite familiar. And that's because I've already made a video about this man years ago. And if you also remember, he contacted me, messaged me, and tried to manipulate me into thinking that he's a nice guy. Well, Stefan, here I am again, and I'm sorry to break it to you, but I'm not one of those girls from your house who accept crumbs from a man. But I can't be manipulated in shifting my opinion. And I'm a very loud woman with plenty of microphones that I can speak into. And it sounds like you are no longer manipulating many of the women from the body positive community who set their little piggies on your weird property. And Stefan, and even some of the fat girlies, are shaking their McDonald's bag. Yes, some of the women from the body positive community are very upset with Stefan Stefan, but some are extremely upset that this documentary is talking about body positivity and the ins and outs, the internal insides of it all. And so I got so curious. Why is this 1-minute trailer shaking up many of the fat women in this community and, well, freaky ass Stefan? Big Girls Wanted escaping paradise. If you don't know, paradise is what Stefan labeled his fat woman sanctuary, what he calls a body positive sanctuary where you can go to feel loved and safe. Let's get through the trailer and then we will get to all the videos of the women and Stefan freaking out about a documentary that they signed up for and now they don't want it to come out. The Escaping Paradise trailer starts out very strong, with a foot, just all up in my face, but they start off pretty strong and talk about how a lot of these women are the person who found this advertisement of a place where you can go if you're obese and not be judged because she had something missing inside of her. Love, acceptance.
I want to feel loved. I want to feel desired. And that's not something that happens often to a fat girl.
I can understand that as a Black woman, especially someone who went to schools where it was like mostly white people and so you feel so out of place. But I also have to say, from the videos that I saw even before this documentary comes out, I called it years ago when I dressed up like a clown circus ringleader, that this man is not body positive. I feel like he's a freak. And he used TikTok to reel in the very insecure obese women and get them in his house.
I was scrolling on TikTok. This guy holds up a pair of bathing suit bottoms and he says, if you can fit in these, I want you in my pool.
See, that right there, does that sound like, oh, body positivity, come here and feel like you're normal? No, that's some weird, awkward shaped man with a lot of money holding up oversized swim gear, wanting you to put your ass cheeks in. Weird and freaky. And Stefan, if you're watching, which you just might be because he's been in every single comment section so far of people who've made videos about this and the body positive movement, trying to manipulate and prove that he's a nice guy. And Stefan, we already know what happened last time when you did that in my comment section. Don't do it again.
Welcome to paradise.
Pause. Just a question for the chat. Like, I know some people are just naive, but I'm just asking, just my general audience. If you went to a place, a mansion, and there's just one man standing at the front of this mansion door saying, well, that, would you leave? Because that was a little horrifying. Right? I feel like I'd be the main character in a Netflix movie or documentary, which I mean, now there's a documentary coming out on this guy because he's freaky in every way. He's so weird because in my opinion, he is lying. He's using this body positivity and selling it so that he can gain something from it. He's not doing this from the crevices of his caring heart. And the fat girls are even saying that.
But he's selling a fantasy.
See?
You'll be loved here, worshipped like a goddess, but they don't tell you the price that you pay.
Is that Rosie? And now I have context for this. Many people were asking Michelle, what do you think of Rosie and the price that she's paying? And I didn't understand what was going on. So this is Rosie. You might be wondering how she got here. Well, we're also gonna talk about that later on in the video because this is someone that was in one of my videos before. And I am aghast watching how she has shifted her online presence from 2 or 3 years ago to right now.
People in the comments arguing over what a fupa is. Either way, it's going on your father's forehead.
And this little clip would piss off many people from the body positive community.
You, Rosie, you are a clout chasing bitch and I don't fucking like you.
Stefan.
I know nothing about that girl. Luckily, she's never flirted with me.
People from Girl World.
Rosie is a dumb bitch. All she had to do is shut the up.
And I think that's about it. Because many people are saying, Rosie, she doesn't even go here. And there's this strange fight between Rosie and Stefan. It's the most random thing.
You called me a bitch in your stream. I have the screen recording. I have a screen recording. It's a 6-7 minute screen recording of when you were reacting to me, when you were shaming me, when you were speaking about me in real disrespectful ways.
But we'll get there in a second. So the trailer talks about how Stefan has an age gap between most of the women that go on there. And we know how that is. Older man, lots of money, inviting younger girls to his mansion so that he can show off. We see that a lot in the podcast bro and alpha male space where they always say, go for the younger girls. They get excited about your car because they don't have one.
You have this older man with women half his age. And that power dynamic is predatory.
And it is. A lot of these men will act like women like above 25 and older are so jealous of the younger women that they're giving attention to, when we're just trying to say we've been in this space before, we've been in those shoes before when we were younger. At least when I was younger, men talked to me completely differently. They would tell me certain things that now as an adult, I'm like, what? That's not even impressive. Why would you even lead with that? You're just weird. I remember being younger and the men in college would come to the high school so they could impress the high school students because they have no qualities that are impressive to women their own age. But someone who's younger and less, you know, worldly would find it impressive, or at least a little intriguing.
He says, this is just a body positive space and I just love fat women, and it's totally innocent when it's totally not.
People from the house have been talking about Stefan for a very long time. Like I said, there was a lawsuit that came out. For a while, Stefan would get away with a lot of this. One, he knows, or at least in my head, allegedly, he knows that these are fat women. Many people aren't going to value what they have to say, and many people are probably going to say, well, you went to his house. Are you dumb? Because we are only 56 seconds into the trailer. Does anyone get body positive, humble vibes from this guy? No, he makes me want to vomit. So of course no one's really going to believe them, but it only took one person coming out finally, and it kind of sparked this whole thing, and then many women came out, many young women.
There was no consent.
Paradise is not a safe and positive place. This man is a predator. No one deserves to be a victim to him.
He gets off watching people eat and gain weight. It can kill you.
So for years, people would talk about it, but nothing really would happen. But then people started dying.
911 emergency. Do you need police, fire, or medical?
Medical. Had it not been for Paradise, she'd be alive today.
And before this trailer would come out, one of the women who was interviewed from the Paradise Mansion with the weird guy, Stefan, would actually die. And so now even more eyes are on the house, because now there's multiple people who have passed away from Stefan's Paradise Mansion. And people have a lot of questions. Well, lucky for you, Stefan actually got interviewed for this documentary. And yeah, he was creepy. It's not gonna help him at all, I think. They had this weird section of him walking as a dark figure through the shadows, all hunched over before he gets to the camera. And then when he finally sits down, he has to open his dumbass mouth and say this.
I need to finally tell my story.
Are you a dangerous man?
Anyway, they didn't give him time to answer. They just put like a sound effect there and zoomed in on his face. And that was the trailer. Just the trailer. And it's got Stefan's booty cheeks clenched. So before the Escaping Paradise trailer even hit, Stefan and his paradise was already trending because someone named Shay, aka Butter Baby, passed away from an obesity related illness. When I made my first video about this body positive paradise, I remember Shay being in Stefan's videos, probably in almost every single video that he would post. And they would do super normal, family friendly things that friends do that Stefan would post on his TikTok, not for the men that are getting off on this stuff, but to show how much of a paradise and how accepting he is. You know, normal things like Shay drinking about a gallon of creamy lemonade, or squishing Shay's fat from their faces in pantyhose and seeing how hard it is to yank it off their head. Because it's hilarious that it's such a tight fit. They would play wholesome games in this house, like fat girls roll around on wheelie chairs. They would film Shay eating a huge plate of food with food falling out of her mouth. That's normal and fun, friendly, right? Oh, this was a normal one. Like I said, he would do this thing all the time with the pool and see how much of a splash the girls could make with their bodies. And my favorite was having Shay go to the Heart Attack Grill and get weighed with all the other plus size baddies. Because if you go to this place called Heart Attack Grill, you get rewarded if you are over 350 pounds. You get to eat for free. And well, the girlies weighed well over 1,000 pounds. And now Stefan, and well, other people, but I'm focused on Stefan right now, wants to be upset that Shay passed away. And I just find that interesting, as you took her to the Heart Attack Grill. Now Stefan seems like he's losing it on live, trying to say that he actually helped Shay's health.
And it's especially not Narissa or Shay or anybody here. Quite the opposite. Right. Like, there's been plenty of times that Shay and I actually had a private discussion about her health situation when she came to me, and I always supported her.
By taking her to Heart Attack Grill and filming her eat food and rolling her around in a rolly chair because she can't really walk? Damn, what is it like when you're trying to influence people to eat more then? Huh? I'd like to know that, Mr. Body Positive. Anyway, Stefan got on live because he wanted to make sure to, one, tell people that he was trying to help Shay and her health. But he also wanted to make sure to call out Quirky Loves Rosie.
Some of y'all need a fucking hobby that isn't hating fat on the internet.
Rosie is someone that was trending years ago because she ended up on a podcast talking about the ins and outs of that industry that I can't say. I'll put it somewhere on the screen, censoring it because I can't say it, I'll get demonetized. But I think you can put two and two together and guess which industry she was in and what type of people would like to be around her. People like Stefan, who would more than happily take a woman that he says he cares about to a heart attack grip. Well, Rosie would be trending because she said that she got out of that industry.
And the thing about this guy is I think he was into what's called death, and death is what it sounds like. It's feeding someone to the point of getting so fat and so big that they die.
And she ended up messaging me because I stitched the video. And she said she's always down to talk about the industry if I wanted to understand more. And I said, well, I'm making a video on body positivity if you are interested in putting some of your thoughts in there. And so she did, and I was really happy to see that Rosie said that she wanted to lose weight. She wanted to get out of this community. She was working out. She was doing all of these things to take steps to make her health a lot better. Lead up to now, I guess she's trying to overthrow Amberlynn Reed. That's right. She is now in Girl World, and Girl World is a place where a lot of LOL cows go and reaction channels will react to them.
Quirky Love Rosie can't help herself but to lie, and I can't help myself but to make a video on it.
Now, LOL Cow is not necessarily someone that is obese. It's someone that makes a fool of themselves on the internet and people really, really like to watch. It's like your new age circus act. In this case, it's the fat lady. They're just on the internet now. And so I was so surprised to see Rosie in this universe as she made it very clear that she wanted to change her life. And unfortunately, she might have left that certain community, but she has only gained weight, and many people have been saying that she is doing the same types of things very similarly, just on a YouTube channel.
So there's onion, there's bacon, house bacon, onions, straw rings, and pulled pork.
And now she's fighting with this guy, Stefan. And people aren't on any of their side. People seem to not like both of these people. Let me tell you why. By the way, gotta give a shout out to Sadie. I don't know, she's like a green little goblin girl, but she pretty much takes all the important parts from these extremely very long and weird, unedited, unorganized live streams of all these people and just puts the important parts together. And little goblin girl, I have to say thank you, because I have been watching a lot of reaction channels on these people and they will play the whole stream, and it is long, it is gross, they eat loudly. All of these people really do not believe in editing a damn thing, and my ADHD ass cheeks cannot handle it. After I got done watching all of these videos, I was like, I did not take notes onto where to find them. They are just off into the abyss. But then I found Sadie, and she put all the important parts together. So that was really nice, because Rosie, I've talked to her before. She was really nice to me, but I can see the issues that people have with her, and she does like to talk a lot. You know, just a little critique, condense. If you want more people to watch your videos, edit a little bit. It's really not that hard, just time consuming, and from what I understand, all these people, they're always just in chairs, sitting, and that's literally what editing is. Okay, so why are people mad at Rosie? Well, a few reasons people are mad at Rosie. One, people say that Quirky Love Rosie is a content goblin, and a content goblin is someone who will do literally anything to get content or to go viral.
All she had to do is shut the f up, roll around in that kitchen, eat all that damn food, complain about shit that don't even make sense while forgetting she's diabetic, while being barely mobile. That's all she had to continue doing.
And many people from this community whose friend Shay passed away are very irritated that Miss Rosie is extremely excited to be on TV. In fact, in her words, it's about to be a party.
Jim Chat's about to be lit, hey!
People are pretty much just saying you have a different vibe than everybody else. If that was in this documentary, as they're grieving a friend, they are grossed out by Stefan, or they are nervous about it coming out, and Miss Rosie, she's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be on TV. And she's promoting the hell out of the trailer.
I have it linked to the pinned comment. I have it on my YouTube community chat post. I shared the reel on my Instagram. I stitched the TikTok. Choose your platform. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. Come back once you watch it. Yeah, I made it very easily accessible for y'all. So please give it a watch.
And the second reason people are upset by Quirky Love Rosie is because, well, she's in this documentary and she actually has absolutely nothing to do with Stefan or Paradise. She hasn't even stepped foot on the property. In fact, she said that she would never even go to the house.
I did get a comment that I want to address off rip, because somebody was like, you said on your live you would never go to the Paradise house, da da da. I did say that, and I meant it. So if you want to know more, we can debrief that after the documentary's happened, and you can watch it.
So I guess we're gonna have to watch it to understand why the hell she's in had that extremely dramatic 2-second scene.
They don't tell you the price that you pay.
So I guess we're gonna have to wait until June 10th to see what price she's talking about you have to pay in the little dramatic scene. But Stefan would be upset at Rosie because Rosie started talking about Stefan and that he is a predator. And he was like, girl, I don't even know you.
I know nothing about that girl. Luckily, she's never flirted with me.
Which was kind of true. Stefan, according to these things that Quirky came back and posted, he was kind of flirting with her. There's a comment that he left her on her profile saying, "You're cute." And Rosie saying, "Thank you." And also told her that he's following her on a certain website where she does explicit type content. And that's kind of flirting to me.
You said specifically to me that you watched my prior content related to
I didn't watch it. Somebody sent me a clip.
Anyway, Rosie would also post that she was very interested in going to Stefan's Paradise Mansion for activities, but for some reason it just never really happened, according to Rosie, is because she got the ick from it.
I'm watching this man pull the same shit that he has pulled for years that you guys are gonna see on June 10th. It's just the first time it's been directed at me.
Pause really quick. Why? Like, something that I've noticed with a lot of these people, Rosie, if you're watching, just a critique, they speak so close to the camera, super close to the camera, and they ramble on a lot. I'm cutting out a lot because these videos are so long. But like, that's close, right? Like, if I was like this, wouldn't that be a little weird for me to talk to you the whole time, just like part of my eyes are kind of cut off. Y'all get so mad at me because sometimes like where I'm sitting, my like top of my head, like you can't see my hairline, and people get really upset by that for some reason. Look, her whole chin and half her full head is cut off. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. Rosie didn't step her feet into Paradise because she said that Stefan was a weirdo.
Because you're right, Stefan. We never had a close interpersonal relationship. And that's not why I was there. And I've never stated otherwise. I've never stated to be a victim of you. Because I had the sense when I saw your weird shit in the Discord to not engage again. You're f***ing weird. And whether you like me or not, you're gonna regret it if you side with him. He's a gaslighter, he's a manipulator, he's a narcissist, and he's f***ing weird.
And I do have to agree, he is fucking weird. All these people, honestly, in this universe are very, very odd. So Stefan, who goes live all the time, all these people are always live. They really don't believe in editing. Would get on with a woman with some very interesting eyebrows. A lot of people had something to say about the eyebrows, but I'm gonna focus on what was being said from Stefan's weird little mouth. And hers, because she's weird too. Because she says that she's completely loyal to Stefan no matter what.
You know, there's going to be plenty of people that are gonna come and attack you now, because, you know, the bullshit is being cooked back up. And
I don't give a fuck. Bring it on.
All right, let me break down everything that happened with eyebrows and Freakadeek over here. Because even though that really nice little goblin lady broke everything down for us, these people talk too damn much. As someone who heavily edits, I'm just aghast that people will just throw this up here. As in, Stefan just burps into the camera right from the start of his weird little live. The eyebrow lady during this interview just gets up and walks away while Stefan tries to downplay DV, which is this word right here. I also can't say it.
DV doesn't have the same impact as SA. That's why they went right to SA. DV would have been DV is too harmless. Like, nobody cares about DV, really.
It's just so unorganized. It's so gross. I've never seen any of these people actually put on a good, well thought out, put together, clear show. Can you imagine if you were just watching an interview and the interviewer just like leaves? I don't know where the eyebrows went. Anyway, Stefan says that all the women, every single one that came out about him, they just imagined it.
He can convince people that things happened when in reality those things only happened in her head.
When in reality, when these things came out, Stefan decided to try to sue these women. And you know who lost? he did, because they had the proof and he didn't have the proof. So he just looks stupid. Katie is up his booty cheeks and says, well, I never seen you do any of these things, so it can't be true.
I've never seen you do that to one fucking person while you've been live.
Well, Miss Eyebrows, I don't think he's going to do the things that the girls are saying that he's doing live anymore. Also, if he did do it live, would you know? You walked away about 5 seconds ago. And allegedly, these people and the woman who's still stuck by Stefan and Stefan would try to silence all the girls that were coming out about Stefan. He would try to take it a step further and silence the girls and try to tell their daddies to tell your daughters to stop talking about me, because I'm a man and I can't stand for this.
But for you to be a 49, maybe 50 at the time man, so upset that your whole facade of that you're a good guy is crumbling and that women are finally coming together to speak out against you, and your first reaction is let me go to this woman's father, that's so sad it's funny. That it just tickles me pink.
And Stefan says that he's only getting flack because of the way that he looks. As in, if he had a darker complexion and a more buff body, people wouldn't be all that mad at him.
I was a young black guy, like, you know, built, like, you know, muscular, like, you know, gym bro, whatever. Everybody would be lining up for the D.
Okay. What does that have to do with you, the allegations, your weird house, and you having the girls cannonball into the water and seeing how much water splashes up, or you taking them to Heart Attack Grill? Why are you trying to get the gym bros and the black boys into this? We're talking about you, sir, and your weird little noggin and your weird little fat girl content house. Does Eyebrows have a cigarette now? Yep, she does. You couldn't sustain yourself for like 20 minutes, you know, for this riveting interview that's proving that you guys aren't awful people. Stefan says that he's a controversial figure and people are only hating him because he respects plus size women.
I'm controversial as a like average sized man supporting plus size women is completely unacceptable.
No, you're actually an idiot. What's controversial is you taking morbidly obese people who clearly have a food issue to Heart Attack Grill and creating a whole sanctuary, Stefan, for women who clearly have food issues and knee issues and heart issues and visceral fat literally suffocating their organs and having them jump into a pool for content and then covering it all up with body positivity. Stupid.
Most likely to watch porn.
He's a weirdo, right? Who is actually, I want to see it in the comment section. Who? In the comment section, tell me. You're looking at this man and saying, oh no, I see this. He's totally body positive.
I'm passing the phone to a guy who likes big girls.
Yes, loud and proud, and in public.
Actually, there was a comment that I saw because many people are talking about this on TikTok, and this individual had to get on a random person's comment section and say, Stefan does not promote anyone to eat. He's just a great friend to these ladies. He's not judgmental. His messages back to Shay was only being a friend, trying to help. Help her get a heart attack, bitch. He's a good man. The ladies eat what they want. He has nothing to do with that. He's just a great friend. All right, what's this woman's name? Lisa Co. I'm not reading the last name. I don't know what it is. But I remember this man said that he has industrial type couches that can hold up to, you know, very severe weights. I think it was 1,000 pounds. I'm not too sure, but he, you know, imported, you know, got custom couches so that they can hold these women's booty cheeks, multiple at a time. So you're gonna sit up here in that comment section and tell me that this man who got custom sized couches for these very special, largely sized booty cheeks wouldn't have a refrigerator stocked with food so that they can uphold and continue having those type of booty cheeks, huh? Is that what you're gonna tell me, Miss Lisa? I feel like a lot of these people are used to dealing with individuals who are just so knee deep into butter and hot Cheetos and whatever else they can find in Stefan's house, and they're not really thinking correctly, because you're not gonna manipulate me into thinking that Stefan is normal. He's weird. Stefan, if you're in the comment section, do you hear that? And I don't normally clap at the camera because I think it's annoying, but I also think you're annoying and weird. Stefan goes on and starts talking about another woman that was actually supporting him for a while, and then more stuff came out and she changed her mind and said, oh, you're weird. And he says the only reason she changed her mind is because of this. Oh, and if you wanted to see eyebrows on the screen, don't get your hopes up. She left again, probably get another cigarette.
Back in 2020, she wanted something from me. I didn't give it to her. So as retaliation, she went all over the internet claiming that I SA'd her.
There are actually cameras in this house going all the time. They're always live. Stefan always has his phone, but for some reason he doesn't have a lick of viable evidence that he's not weird. Honestly, he posts all the videos that I got from today is from Stefan's account. So he's not doing a great job proving that he's not a freak. But according to Stefan, he doesn't really need to convince anyone. The evidence just speaks for itself, and it's gonna show in the documentary.
I'm not here to like convince anybody of anything.
In fact, he pretty much calls me a liar and says he's not even sweating about the documentary that's about to come out, that he keeps making lives about.
I'm not worried because my story particularly, like my part of the story particularly, basically only consists of evidence.
Well, I hope it's better than the evidence that you gave to the judge who said that you didn't have enough evidence. And to be fair, he could be telling the truth, but my opinion still doesn't change about him. He's still a weirdo. And I personally think that he's doing all of this fat girl mansion for his own benefits, his own enjoyment, and get his little eggplant happy. But in Stefan's head, the truth is supposedly going to come out in a documentary labeled Escaping Paradise, which is his house. And the people that are talking against him, who he calls the Piggy Gang. I don't know if that was just like a diss or what they're actually named. Who knows with this group. They're all just delusional and they just want his money.
Somehow the Piggy Gang got into it and like kind of like got their sauce. The documentary is about paradise. There's no victims here.
And Katie finally comes back, and before she leaves again to go get another cigarette or whatever she does when she's leaving her own interview, she wants to follow up and say that she will always support this man no matter what.
I'm gonna defend you. I know that I'm probably gonna get hate or whatever, or maybe I won't.
You will. And you did. People really came for those eyebrows a lot. So people started comparing these two, Stefan and Quirky Love Rosie, because Stefan and Katie seemed super giddy or just excited or trying to use the documentary to their advantage to benefit their social medias. In fact, Miss Eyebrows over here said, Stefan, you gonna blow up. You gonna get popular.
What I'm thinking is you better start a new TikTok channel now.
You think so?
Yes. Absolutely. Get the best team, obviously the one that's on your side and the best. Get the best one because you're about to blow up. Once people see this, like advertise your YouTube and your TikTok. Yes, you would be fucking stupid not to do that.
Okay.
There's no such thing as bad publicity. None. Trisha Paytas told me that a long time ago.
Trisha told you that personally? Huh. Okay. To be fair, back in the day, that was Trisha's thing. She loved the publicity. I'm just curious if Trisha and Eyebrows had a conversation and Trisha said from her Trishy lips, no publicity is bad publicity, you know? Or did she just see Trisha crying on the kitchen floor and said, there's no bad publicity? And kept it in her head until now. For a guy who has these serious allegations against him. And her eyebrows has distorted her brain and she thinks it's like on the same level.
Make another fucking TikTok channel today, tonight, right now.
Yeah, she's probably saying that because he's had multiple accounts demonetized and removed because of the wholesome content that he puts up.
The first night, we get into the pool and I take my swimsuit off. And next thing I know, he's taking a picture of everybody. All in the name of body positivity, right?
Normal content that friends just do on the internet.
People are gonna be curious. People are gonna like, let's be real. It's the world. Some people are gonna like you, some people aren't. But you're gonna fucking gain mass followers.
You know what? You might not be wrong. Are you gonna follow this odd man? I am not, but just looking at society, they be following anybody. You might be right. I guess we're just gonna have to see when the documentary drops. Anyway, they end bringing up that woman who does the mukbangs with the breathing tube on her face and does her mukbang from her hospital bed. Mostly because they're friends and she's been in Stefan's videos too.
Just give me my money.
Just give me my money. I don't get it.
And now she's in a hospital, looking not that healthy. In fact, quite opposite of it. Hello, Editing Michelle here. I forgot to say in here that Ziamora went to this place because she had a stroke. And so people in her community and her friends who are trying to fight back about people saying, you're really obese, you probably should stop what you're doing. Like ordering McDonald's from her hospital bed. And her friends and her are saying, anyone can have a stroke at any time. You never know, which is true, I guess. But the point that people are saying is that you are a morbidly obese person who had a stroke, who was probably already sedentary, just gonna base it off the body, and you are probably already overeating, and now you're even more sedentary, you can't move more of your body, and you are still sitting and ordering food from your hospital bed and doing mukbangs. That's what people are saying. Just wanted to clear up though, if those people like go in my comment section and say she had a stroke. I know. She's also ordering food and doing mukbangs with a breathing tube. That's weird. And many people are saying she's probably in that damn hospital bed because you had a place that influenced this type of behavior that she has a very hard time controlling. And he says, no, 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 no. We want the best for her.
He is our friend. We support her. We want her to get better. We want her to come out of that damn facility, right?
Then he goes on this very long spiel of, I was trying to help her. We want her healthy. I never even brought her food to the hospital.
I have never went and fed her. I've never sent her money for food. If anything, I've sat next to her and I talked to her. And we've had like, personal like discussions or whatever that are nobody's business on social media.
I absolutely love how all the intimate health talks are in private and all the intimate jumping into pools and splashing and squishing their fat faces in stockings. And then of course the bringing to Heart Attack Grill and eating your body weight in food most likely is public. Not once have I ever heard this man talk about health, ever. Hello, Edding Michelle here in her bun again. Stefan says that he would sit next to Ziamora and just offer his impeccable health tips, I'm guessing. I just have to ask Stefan, little question. Was this one of those health tip videos that you were talking about when you were sitting next to her?
We're eating burgers and then we're gonna go subscribe to have your comments.
So was that one of the discussions while she was eating and you were watching her? You were talking about health and telling her you really gotta lose weight. Sir who made a whole sanctuary for morbidly obese people. I saw him slapping the girl's booty cheeks, but never seen him talk about health, except for right now. Anyway, Stefan was saying how he was sold a different story when it came to the documentary. It was supposed to be super positive. It was supposed to be about body positivity, fun, lively, lighthearted, family-friendly type stuff. And so now he's being thrown for a loop, and that's not the only person who's saying that. The woman who does the mukbangs from her hospital bed is saying the same thing. And let me tell you, for someone who's in a hospital, she be eating a lot of food all the time.
I got a little Diet Pepsi, don't play with it. I ordered something I shouldn't have. Story of my life. Bitch is obese, is never gonna stop ordering food.
And that's why you're there, girl. We can't blame everything on Stefan.
I've never had Domino's stuffed crust.
She is in a facility that's supposed to be helping her and she's still Uber eating a lot of food. I think she's sitting on a toilet in this one and the caption says, point of view, the dasher, I left your food in the lobby. Obviously she's very huge and she's just screaming on the toilet because she has to walk down to the lobby for her food. That's her content. I'm so morbidly obese, I can't walk down to the lobby and get my food. Instead, I'll scream on the toilet. It's weird. In my opinion, will absolutely never change no matter what anybody says in my comment section. Love Rosie and Stefan were talking about this woman and both of them have the same opinion that people need to give this woman grace. You know, she's in this facility and I don't think she needs to have grace. I think she needs people to tell her to stop ordering food unless you just want to die as well. So yeah, no one's gonna change my opinion on that. You can scream all you want, but she also was someone that said the people in the documentary painted a different picture.
I'm gonna come out in a short documentary on June 10th. It's called Escaping Paradise. It's not funny. I think it's not funny. It's not funny. I was sold a different picture and it is what it is and it's gonna come out.
Once again, video's long, she blabs a lot. A lot of these people don't believe in just editing things down or even writing down a little script and getting to the point. My ADHD has been like burning up between Tia and Tamara, okay? Once again, little tip to these people, if you want more people to watch your videos, just watch a YouTube video on editing, scripting, a hook so that people can watch. It's just, I can't do it. But she was sold a different story and so many people in her comment section are saying, it sounds like you probably said some things that you regret and you're still seemingly friends with the people in that documentary and now that you see that it's gonna be shaped a certain way, you're trying to save your booty cheeks. on that toilet while you scream. Actually, one of the other girls who was in the documentary, the very first girl in the documentary from the first scene, called her out a little bit in her own comment section. I don't see why we're upset about other people having their side of the story heard. That's all this is. I'm not mad at the fact that they let him say his piece. As a matter of fact, I wanted it. You know, this was filmed a long time ago. I was grieving too back then. It doesn't stop the story, and they didn't plan this timeline either. So I don't see how that's anyone's fault. Z and all the other people were saying they shouldn't release a documentary because Shay, the other woman that passed away, was in the documentary as well, and so they think that it should stop, which I don't think it should. It probably hurts. Like, grieving is really hard for me. Death is really hard for me. I've had many people in my family die from obesity-related illness. Honestly, a lot of the body shapes in that content house is very similar. I can easily go down that path. Super easy. Oh my God. Knee deep in hot Cheetos is my dream. But yeah, I don't think they shouldn't release it just because someone passed away. It's kind of part of the game if that's what you want to look like. Hello, Editing Michelle and Bun here again. I wanted to say that the Shay girl, she passed away supposedly from a heart attack, and I thought I heard that in a live. Like I said, all these lives, they're like 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 hours long. These people just stay on live, so it's really hard to find the little clips. But I saw a screenshot of someone saying, no, she died from influenza, because everyone was fighting about, you know, like she just died from something that anybody could die from. They always do that. But someone said, no. She actually did have influenza, but then she also had a heart attack in the hospital with influenza. So, I mean, it's part of the game. Spoiler, obesity is not a paradise. No matter if the weird man with the mansion tells you it is while he's slapping your booty cheeks and asking you to fit into some swimwear. Z comes back and says, I was told something else. It wasn't presented to me the way it was to you. They didn't even get permission from Cass's family. I think that's one of the people that passed away, which they wouldn't need the family's permission because they got that person's permission. I'm getting messages left and right. A lot of you speak of Stefan, but some of us actually lived with it. Both sides are told, but I was not prepared for this, and we lost our friend too. I just want to crawl out of my skin. Sometimes when I hear these women talk from the body positive community, when somebody passes away or something goes wrong or they get some kind of illness, and it's amplified because of their obesity, I am always just kind of like, what do you think happens? What do you think is gonna happen? You guys are morbidly obese. You can barely walk. You guys got free meals from the Heart Attack Grill. Someone's gonna get taken out. It just happened to be around a time that a documentary is coming out, so now more people are gonna talk about it. But according to Z or Zio, I think maybe is a shorter thing for her, I'm not sure. Z, the people who were running the documentary said they just wanted to know about her life as a plus size woman.
I was told it was a documentary about being plus size, about the plus size community, about loving yourself and your body, about different stuff that I can't talk about because you have to wait and see. Tune in. It's gonna be on HBO, HBO Max, ID Discovery, I don't fucking know. This shit's fucking nuts. Like, I don't want to say too much, and I don't want to talk about it until it all is over with, until they all come out, and then possibly I'll be sharing my side of it. But, possibly. Keyword. I just am dumbfounded. Make sure when you sign NDAs that you have somebody that's with you reading it.
And she ended with that. Which I have to say, what did everybody think they were signing up for? And they didn't read the NDA? They didn't, like, did you guys read anything or get anything in writing? I'm not too sure. I personally, if someone asked me to do an interview, my immediate answer is always no. Because I'm always gonna be in control of what I say in front of the camera. But this is just from the outside looking in and just looking at these people's content for this video. And I have been watching a lot of the other reactors who are part of this girl world. A lot of these people are extremely lazy, and they get really upset when people will call obese individuals lazy. But unfortunately for them, they are obese and they are extremely lazy. They don't like editing. Every single one of these women that I've seen in their videos, they're always sitting, they're always eating, and they don't really do anything else. If they do go somewhere, it's for food. I mean, Zio was complaining that she had to walk down to the lobby to get her takeout. What do you guys have to do all day? You guys can't read an NDA? It looks like they have nothing but time to eat, sit there, and go live. And now now they want to complain about a documentary that they signed up to do. And something that always flabbergasts me too is that they want attention. They want to be able to do this for their job, but they don't want people's opinions on the realities of their situations. Once again, this isn't for everyone. This is just seems like what I've seen from the little clips that I put in this video. Stefan wants everyone to think that he's a nice guy, but even without the allegations, most people thought he was weird. Something you have to deal with if you're going to run a fat girl sanctuary mansion. Quirky Love Rosie also wants to be seen as a good person, someone who's humble, but from what I've seen, many people have proven that she's hypocritical. She's also very lazy, and the thing that matters most to her is getting a lot of followers. Editing Michelle and the bun here one more time because I didn't clarify in this video and I feel like I'm probably not gonna cover this stuff ever again, at least the people's life part. The documentary, yes, but the people's lives, no. Oh my God, I'm dying looking for clips. I hate this, but I would need to pay one of you guys. Like if you guys watch this stuff, I would probably just pay you to give me the most important parts because I can't sit through these people's lives. Oh my God, I got stuff to do, like move. But on the topic of Quirky Love Rosie being hypocritical, I was like, ooh, when I saw this one, because she's a very, very avid, I believe all women all the time, no questions ever.
I believe victims, period.
But then she had a boyfriend who had allegations against him, and then all of a sudden that kind of flew out the window because it was her boyfriend, or potential boyfriend, and she wanted to get a little, you know, she wanted her kitty cat to get a little busy.
There was, when I went live this morning, there was a piece of information I did not know, and then when I found out, I handled it, and I got all the appropriate information that I need to know the truth of what actually is going on. Because I'm not joking. If I was lied to, which I don't think I was, but if I was, and there was a real victim in a real crime, then there needs to be a real police report and a real arrest warrant.
And then all of a sudden, she was talking a lot of crap about Stefan and saying he is a predator. She got the ick. He's a weirdo. And then she went live with him and talked to him oh so nicely.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend that, like, you know, you're someone I would want to be friends with. But I will sit here and say that you're a human being, and that was someone that was close to you, and you have your right to your grief. At the same time, in that grief, I think there's room for grace.
It was very, very nice conversation, which Stefan reached out to me a long time ago. I took it out of this video. I left it for the end, well, right now, for the people who stuck around. But he reached out to me a long time ago to try to probably have the same conversation that him and Rosie had. And I said, like, many people are mad at Rosie for having a conversation. I said, oh yeah, let's have a conversation. And I sent him the questions, or I told him what I'm gonna ask him. And as you can see, there was no, I don't think he wanted anything to do with it. In fact, he blocked me. But with Rosie, he was able to manipulate her in a way to have a very, very nice conversation.
Regardless of my opinion of you or any person involved, anyone who knew Shay is a human being and deserves grace and time to mourn.
So people are calling Quirky a huge hypocrite because you talked all this crap, believe all women, and, you know, predators this and predator that, and then you're in a room with a predator talking so nicely and giving him grace. Anyway, all you need to know if you don't want to sit through a 4 or 5 hour live stream is that Quirky was very nice to a man that she said was a predator, and I don't like that. This Zio chick, even if she did talk positively about being obese in this documentary and, you know, her situation of being obese, her life, her experience about being obese, do you think people are going to see her in a hospital bed doing a mukbang from PF Chang and say, wow, that's great? No, everyone's gonna react to every single of these people negatively, at least most people. Like if we just, you know, think a little bit, you would probably know the outcome. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see if the documentary is going to paint everyone in a positive light, or if they are going to paint it in a way that I think that they're going to paint it, because it's television, and who the f is gonna watch something positive about obesity? Not me, because there's nothing positive about being obese. And if you're a producer and someone that has half a brain, you would know that. So I guess time will tell. I will be watching. I am seated for this one. I am interested because I don't like Stefan and I think he's a weirdo. So I want to see if the documentary also paints him out to be a weirdo, because he is one.
Drag him through the dirt where the roots run deep. Drag him, let the forest hum him to sleep. Drag him, all that noise don't today.